Oh, is this the
Yeah.
show? Is this
Yeah,
the
this is
show?
the show. This is the
Oh,
show.
okay, this
This
is
is
the
the show.
show.
I don't even. I hit. We a little peek behind the curtain. When you click on whatever link you get sent, I have to admit you into the call for some reason.
Mm. Yeah, you
Uh,
can't just let anybody in here.
no, I can't just let any, exactly. I can't let anybody in. And then I have to hit record, and I've just started like I hit accept, and I just hit record, and you get this nice little 3, 2, 1 countdown. It's very cute. It's very
It is
cute.
cute.
But
I do
yeah,
see that part. I do see that
yeah.
part.
Yeah, yeah. So that's how
Hello.
we're recording. Yeah, we're putting all the chunks into the cloud.
Yep.
Hello,
The chunks are on the way.
the chunks, all the chunks. How are you doing?
Oh, buddy, I'm a little tired. So
Hmm.
I was traveling this week.
Hmm.
Had to go to Chicago again.
Chicago. Mhm.
Yeah, drove again, which is good.
Okay.
I always try to time it so I can leave and miss rush hour. And we're in that time of year where summer storms just wreck everything.
True. True. Yes.
And
Oh.
my poor coworker that was there with me,
Mhm.
he has to fly in to and from Rochester, New York, and with the storms that Chicago got last night, and I guess you guys got some storms here. I
Yeah. 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 A little. Yeah.
I will say that I got out of Chicago right as rush hour started and in the pouring rain, so I had the extra benefit of like bumper to bumper traffic getting out of the city. And then on the interstate, it just poured buckets. And then it rained for like the first couple hours of my drive. But then when I sort of got out of Indiana and back into Ohio, I was like, that's kind of the part of the journey where I get off of the highway and you sort of have to take a lot of like country roads.
Hmm.
And there's like all these little zigzagging routes that basically go from northern Ohio to Route 33, which basically brings me to my house.
Yeah.
And I was driving through a lot of these roads, and there was a lot of standing water. There was a lot of tree limbs down. So clearly, some storms had come through up that way, but I had kind of missed them. So by the time I got home, and I'm the kind of guy that after I've been working all day and I've been sitting in the car for 5 hours, I could just crawl into bed, but I have to get a shower. I have to unpack, and by that point it's like 1:30 in the morning, and then I instead of sleeping like a normal person, I watched a movie. uh,
Okay.
Actually, I watched one of my favorite movies of all time. Have you ever seen the movie Rear Window?
I'm not sure I've even heard of it.
It's
Where?
it is a classic. It is a classic movie.
Okay.
It is. I just put a link in there.
Okay. Good.
1954. It's an Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Okay.
And it's kind of secretly brilliant because what it is, it's the story of this guy who is a professional photographer, but he has a broken leg, and he's been like laid up in his house, laid up in his apartment, which I think it takes place in New York. And it just becomes like essentially a peeping tom, and he's like watching out of his back window of his apartment all these other apartments in his immediate vicinity.
Hmm.
And what he thinks he witnesses is a murder. And he is like trying, and here's the brilliant thing about this movie. You're figuring it out as he's figuring it out, because
Hmm.
it's like it's the city, so there's all this ambient noise and you can see what he sees, but you can only kind of make out what people are saying or doing from where his vantage point is. And it's just so expertly directed and shot. I'm not a huge fan of old movies. I mean, when I say old movies, I'm talking like 50s and 60s
Yeah.
movies, even older than that. Like Casablanca and Citizen
Yeah.
Kane and things like that. Those are good movies. Rear Window is actually on Netflix right now. That's where I was watching it.
Mm.
You should go watch this movie. It's
Okay.
it's actually kind of secretly brilliant. So
Okay.
I've seen it probably half a dozen times, and I really really like it. So that's what I did instead of sleeping, and then that ruined the rest of my night. How are
Mm.
you?
Uh, I'm also a little tired. If you can tell, my voice is a little shot. There was a after work social event, and
Today?
today, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was over at like 6, and I mean, the people I work with. Like the main thing was over at 6, and it was like, hey, then we're going to go to another bar. I tend to avoid that
Yeah.
that transition at all costs because that's when things generally go sideways.
So
And I wanted to get home.
was this a like a celebration, or was somebody leaving? Like
Man, it
that's
was just
usually when you have one of these things.
yeah, celebration, big project ending. Yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, I mean, I'll talk about this real quick, and I'll not go into too much. But we went to this place in Hilliard. Oh shit, I already forget the name is so bad. Hold on. Uh, uh, Game Show Battle Rooms in Hilliard.
Game show battle rooms.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Apparently, it's a chain, and apparently their gimmick is legally distinct game shows. So they have two quote unquote studios where they do games legally distinct Family Feud and legally distinct Wheel of Fortune and Price is Right and things like that. Uh,
Interesting.
yeah, it was. I've never done something like that before. It was actually it was actually kind of fun. So, but a lot of people, loud, and I can't be the quietest person in a room. You know that. So, yeah, I'm a little. Get some water here. Mm.
Game
Yeah.
show battle rooms.
Yeah, I'll find the
Yeah, I found it.
yeah.
Survey
Awful,
battles. Oh yeah.
awful, yeah, awful name, absolutely awful name, but fun. It was fun. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
and they lean into it too. Like the hosts look like '60s game show hosts with like bright sequins jackets. Like they
Okay.
just
All
they
right.
go like this is
They go hard.
campy and we're leaning into it. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You know what? A game recognized game, literally.
yeah, yeah,
I think that's kind of fun. We used to host the trivia games at
yeah,
when I worked there, and that was always a lot of fun. So I can appreciate
yeah,
what they're going for there.
yeah. Oh,
All right, so let's get into
mhm.
some stuff.
Yes, yes.
Um, I I see your bullet point,
Uh-huh.
and you're gonna have to help me with this one.
Well, no, it's this is pretty obvious. I got to buy another Mac.
So, but
But
when
it's
you say
not.
you
But
bought another Mac, you literally just bought a Mac.
but this one's not for me. But I still got as we just ordered it yesterday. But uh, my son has picked his college laptop.
Okay, and he went
Okay.
with a Mac. Good for
He did
him.
with yes. I did give him the option of Escape. If he could have any laptop he wanted. I'm like, hey, like if you do want to, on the off chance, play some video games on your laptop, really, because he's not taking his gaming PC.
Mhm.
Uh, but
Wise,
like really a
wise.
Mac's not a Mac's not for you. And he's like, no, just do the Mac. Uh, would you like to guess what he got, or would you just want me to tell
Oh,
you?
well, I mean, we've sort
Mhm,
of talked about this. I mean,
mhm.
obviously, it's going to be a laptop.
It is. It's a laptop. Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. They're basically. It's not that they're required to have laptops, but it's
No,
basically like, hey, if you don't have a laptop, you're going to have a real hard time.
yeah. Well, when I was in school, it was very rare to see someone in class with a laptop.
Hmm.
Kids had them, but no one wanted to lug them around. They were bricks. Like the
Yeah.
laptops of that
Yeah.
era were
Hmm.
bricks.
Hmm. Yeah.
So people had laptops in their rooms. And occasionally, if they were like studying at the library or something, you might see someone in a
Yeah.
library with the laptop. But I think these days, I think most kids probably just lug their laptops to class because they're so
Yeah. Yeah.
thin.
And honestly, they're just used to having a laptop in class because like everything, like they basically in high school live on Chromebooks.
Hmm.
Like that school is Chromebooks. So yeah, they're just used to it, I think. Uh
Well,
yeah,
if
yeah,
I if
yeah.
I if I had to guess, it's obviously going to
Mm.
be a MacBook of some kind. I'm
It
going to
is.
probably say it's a MacBook Air.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He probably went with classic silver, like
He
dad.
he did.
Okay.
He surprised me because he has a black phone, but he did not go with midnight. He went with classic silver.
Good for him.
Uh 13 or 15.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Hmm.
I don't know Zach as a person,
Okay.
but Zach strikes
Okay.
me
Okay. So
as
let me ask.
practical.
let me ask you. So this is going to be a leading question.
Okay.
Uh, so imagine that it's 2025 and you are 18 going on 90, or 19, not 90. Geez. Basically 18 going on 19. And you are preparing for college. You have a college dorm room and you are going to set up there. Uh, what would your setup be?
See, I'm of two minds.
Mm-hmm.
18-year-old Drew would have gone for top of the line. I want the best. I want all the screen real estate. I want max power, max RAM, everything I can afford, balls to the wall. Homeowner Drew and someone who likes minimalist things now and likes to spread out a little bit, given the fact that you're going to be in a dorm room, you probably want to go with the smaller size, right? It's a little easier to lug around.
Okay, but let's say, okay, you're done with class and you need to work on a paper. Okay. So you grab your laptop and you're in your dorm room. What do you do with that laptop?
If I was going to write a paper, I would sit at a desk.
Okay. Would there be a monitor, keyboard, mouse at that desk?
Yes.
Okay. So so yes, to me, that is the setup I offered him. Okay. We can get you a laptop. We can get you a monitor, get you a dock, get you a keyboard, get you a mouse. You can sit at your desk and do all of that. To which Zach replied, "No, I don't want that. I just want the laptop."
He just wants to raw dog it.
He just wants to raw dog. He just wants a laptop.
I respect it because it's less clutter and you don't have to worry about docking and redocking every day.
So, and another reason he gave is he does not want to be tempted by a monitor for him to want to sit down and play games or watch TV. He wants to get out of his room and experience college. He's removing temptations from himself. A notion that I do not understand.
What is he a monk? What is this?
Apparently, yeah. No, he wants to. I don't know. He wants to socialize, be out, talk to people. Doesn't want to hide in his room. So with all of that,
I got to hand it to him. That's kind of secretly brilliant. Now I will say that it is possible that both things can be true. Like you can still be in your dorm and make friends with people in your dorm that have similar interests.
Yes,
you don't necessarily have to be out and about with your laptop.
Yes,
but I respect the mindset. I really do.
Yeah. Okay. So that being said, we went with a 15-inch MacBook Air.
Okay, so you went with the bigger size in light of the fact that there is no external monitor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Makes sense. Okay, so here's the next question I have for you. Does he get access to Microsoft 365 as a student?
He does.
Okay, so he's going to have the full suite of Microsoft stuff.
Yes.
I remember that was always a huge point of investment back in the days. Like you had to go buy Word, like computers, some computers came with it. A lot of computers didn't, especially Macs back then didn't come with Office.
Yeah. In fact, they use our good friend Teams a lot for chatting between students. And one of his classes is an online course, and that'll be done through Teams. So,
wow, it's an online course at college.
Yes,
it's an online course.
Yep,
at the college.
Apparently, I was told that is very common these days. So,
I mean, professors with tenure, I guess you just do what you want.
Yeah. Yep. So,
okay. Oh, cool. So you ordered it. When would it get here?
Next week. Of course, I can't just order one of the stock configurations. I have to go and say,
of course,
no, you need more storage. So yeah. Yep. And
now, Now, correct me if I'm wrong,
Mhm.
but Apple does do grad type, not sales, but specials.
Yeah, so there is an education discount. Uh,
Yeah,
so
I'm
what
familiar with
the
that because
yeah,
Mandy
yes,
qualifies for
yes,
that.
yes. So it is currently their back to school sale. So education customers can pick, depending on what they buy, they can pick from a variety of free gifts.
Ah, okay.
So I believe the options that Zachary was presented was let's see, hold on, what is it? Yeah. So he could have got a pair of, I let him pick whatever he wanted. It was fine. I'm not, it was up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh AirPods 4 with active noise cancellation.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, he has a pair of AirPods. In fact, he has a pair of AirPods 4. Okay. AirPods Pro 2, a Magic Mouse, a Magic Trackpad, or a Magic Keyboard with Touch ID.
All right, so we could probably rule a couple of those out, right? He probably
Mm-hmm.
didn't do a keyboard or a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, but maybe a mouse.
Yeah, he went with the Magic Mouse.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
love using the trackpad for extended periods of time.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, if you're not gonna have like like at least have a mouse. So if you just want to sit down and like you sit at your desk, you can have a mouse instead of having to use a trackpad the entire time. And he's like, yeah, I'll do the mouse. So yeah,
Yeah, you're not a fan of the
yep,
Magic Mouse, but
I am not. But it's again,
it's
it's
fine.
it's yeah, it's free, it's fine, it's yeah, not a problem. So
I love it. I
yeah,
love
yeah,
I love my Magic Mouse.
yeah.
Excellent. Well, good for
Mhm,
him. When will it get
mhm.
here?
Next week.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think it's actually scheduled to arrive when they like the day they leave for Myrtle Beach. Uh,
Oh, you're not
'cause-
going.
oh, no, no, no. I don't beach. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that's right. The water. The
yeah,
water.
and,
Yeah.
and and it's not so much. I mean, it's more than that. I don't. I will. I have gone to the beach with my family before. I have sat out on the beach. I've even put my. I've even entered the ocean. I am not that much of a baby. I just prefer not to. But
Mhm.
basically, like, while I am perfectly willing to sit in the hotel room and watch TV and play video games or whatever while they do the beach, and just involve me for things like, hey, let's go to dinner or let's go play mini golf or let's go somewhere and be involved with those things. The family feels bad that I'm in the hotel room, even when I tell them not to, and they feel like they need to involve me in other things. And I have just learned that it is just, if I stay home, they can do as much beach as they want and they have a good time. And I get the house to myself. And also, like previously, we had dogs. So it was just easier than, like I can stay home with the dogs and go. Now we don't have the dogs, but still, uh, uh, I get some time with just me in the house, and I'm looking forward to that. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Yep, what a country.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
uh,
Cool. Well, that's
yeah,
great. I love it. I love
mhm.
it when you spend money on cool stuff.
I do too. Also, there may be so.
Okay.
No, my daughter has one of my old MacBook Pros, an Intel MacBook Pro.
Aha.
She primarily uses it to play The Sims.
Oh, I love The Sims. In fact, there's a
Mhm.
big Sim sales I just got notified about right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. She texted me and my wife while I was at work saying, "Hey, can I buy some more Sims expansions?" I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, fine, whatever.
Pretty good
Yeah,
sell
go ahead.
right now. I have a
Yeah.
lot of them. Okay, let's play a game.
Mhm.
I am a closet Sims freak.
Okay.
Um ha- hmm. So okay, how
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure out how I could like gamify this for you because like
Okay.
the EA app fucking sucks. Like, it sucks so bad. Like all I want to know is
Mhm.
what expansions I have.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, okay, here we go.
Okay.
So let's see. It's gonna make me count. Okay, so hold on.
Okay.
Okay, don't read into how long it's taking me to count this.
I won't. Okay. I already have a number I'm going to guess. So there's a lot of expansions.
Okay,
A lot.
there's a lot of expansions, but we're gonna
Uh,
put down some ground rules, right? Because
okay.
for those people that don't play The Sims, there are different types of content packs that you can buy.
Right. Yeah.
Some of them are like $4, and it's just like a little collection of objects, like a sofa or a bed
Mhm.
or a table or some clothes. And then there are what do they call them? Expansion packs. And expansion
Yes.
packs really add something to the game. So, like for example, there's like the high school years, which makes it so like if you have a teenager, instead of them just disappearing for 8 hours while they go to school, you can actually like go to school with them. And if
Mhm,
you
mhm,
actually take control of that sim while they're in high school, you can kind of like, basically be them at high school. You can work on like your grades or make more friends or become like the prom king and queen or whatever.
okay.
And then there's like werewolves and vampires and all sorts of stuff. And then there are game packs. Now, game packs are, again, they expand the game a little bit. What's the best way to describe it? Uh, there's really not a good way. Yeah, because I have so many of them. Like some of them just add like destinations to the game. So
Mhm,
Mountain Retreat, I believe, is considered a game pack, and it is a new destination. It is snow themed, and there are like spas you can visit, and then you can like teach your sim to snowboard or mountain climb and stuff like that.
mhm.
And then there's stuff packs, and stuff packs are interesting because again, they're a little more expensive than like the little tiny snippet content packs. They generally will add a lot of stuff, like paranormal stuff or kids room stuff or bowling night stuff or stuff for toddlers, spooky stuff. Like
Spooky stuff. Yeah.
there's all that kind of stuff. Now, what I'm going to attempt to do,
Okay.
um, Sims 4 DLC list. Okay, so the Wikipedia page has let's see here. There's expansion packs.
Mhm.
That's not what I want though. Get together, cats and dogs. See also Sims 4 game packs. So yeah, there's a whole bunch here. Okay.
Okay.
How many do you think I own of like the major content packs?
Okay. This includes like expansions, game packs, and the stuff.
Expansions, game packs, and content packs. Yes.
Okay. Okay. 18.
Not even close.
Okay. 31.
I counted 40.
40. Okay. Okay. Good
Well,
for
here's
you.
the thing though. I never buy the stuff when it comes out
Yeah.
because they're
It
usually
goes on sale. Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
goes on sale usually within the year that it launches. And here's the other thing too. I love mods for The Sims. There's some
Mhm.
pretty cool mods like new careers and like new interactions and outfits and skins and all sorts of stuff that you can get for the game, right? I typically don't let the game auto update because just like every other game that you
Yeah.
can mod,
Makes
every
the
update
mods.
breaks everything because it's all like scripting based. Like, I don't know. So I don't really get the most recent updates all the time. So I usually wait a little while until I know all the mods are compatible with whatever the new version of the
Mhm.
game is, and then I'll go out and like update the game and buy that stuff. Stuff's on sale. So like the only thing I don't own right now is I don't have For Rent and I don't have Life and Death. But I
Okay.
have Businesses and Hobbies. There's a new one called Enchanted by Nature that I think just came out. That's usually what happens. What they do is they'll release a new one and then all of a sudden everything else becomes cheaper. And
Yeah.
like a lot of times it's anywhere from like 40 to 50% off. So like
Yeah.
you really can't afford not to. So like I'm looking at this right now and I'm just looking at the major expansion packs and like there's literally I have all but 3 of them. So and it's
Yeah.
the 3 that I
Mm.
said. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
closet
anyway,
Sims freak.
yeah, she plays The Sims on that MacBook, Intel MacBook Pro, and I can tell when she's playing The Sims
Oh, it's very loud.
because I can hear the
Yeah.
of those fans going full
It's a
tilt.
very demanding game actually.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, I probably like, and they're getting worse over time. It's an order laptop. I mean, actually, we probably should take some compressed air and shove them in there because I'm sure it's just stuff with cat hair. Uh, but yeah, she's like, maybe I need a new lap. I've offered her a laptop before, and I have heard that Sims does run really well on Apple Silicon.
It
So,
does.
yeah, there could be another laptop in her future for her birthday coming up. So we'll see.
All right. Here's the next game we're gonna play. How many hours do you think I have in The Sims?
700.
325.
Oh, damn, too high, too high. God, yeah. Oh, I played
All
The
right.
Sims a little bit, and I don't know. it is fun. I just can't see myself playing it a lot. But
Well, when
yeah.
I remember again, I was in college when the first one came out, and
Mhm.
I think I was a junior. I think I was a junior in college when it came out, and I remember I got it and I installed it and I was playing it and it was fun. It was quirky, it was fun. It was kind of, funny, but it also was really really addictive. Like The Sims 1 was a very very addictive game. And I remember one of the guys that lived in one of the suites next to me because I was an RA my junior year. He came in one day to ask me a question and he saw what I was playing. He's like, "Oh, I heard about that. Can I try it?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I like let him create his dude and he would play. And like that dude was in my room like every night when I was like on duty. He was playing The Sims on my computer. And I'm like, all right, well, anyway. And then I didn't really play The Sims 2. I didn't play The Sims 3. I actually got The Sims 4, I think, free somehow on the EA store. And I think it's actually free to play now.
It is free to play now. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got
Yeah.
it free somehow. I think maybe I don't even remember. And then I started buying expansion packs for it, and now here we are. So cool. Well, yeah, you should definitely get her a new computer to play The
Mm-hmm.
Sims.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh.
All right. A couple updates from my side of the house.
Okay.
So with me traveling this week, I got
Mhm.
an opportunity to put some of these recent travel purchases through their paces.
Yes.
So the big one that I want to report back on, and I promise this will be the last time we talk about this because I know people are probably bored to death with this. But remember, this podcast isn't for you.
Exactly. It's not for you.
So I took the travel router with me to Chicago.
How'd that go?
Absolutely amazing.
Good.
And
Good.
actually, I
Mhm.
have secretly found another use case for it. Let me explain.
Okay.
So I get to my hotel Monday afternoon.
Hmm.
And I had to be at our corporate offices. I had like an hour to kill between when I arrived in Chicago and parked. And I always park my truck near the hotel that I stay at because the hotel I stay at is very close to one of the customer sites that I go to. Our office is sort of, I don't know, it's probably like 6 or 7 blocks away from there. So it's a little bit of a walk. So I parked the truck, grabbed my suitcase, walked over to the hotel, dropped my stuff off, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to plug this in real quick. I'm going to make sure that I can connect the Wi-Fi, and I'm going to try the VPN functionality. I'm going to see what happens. So I plug in the router,
Hmm.
and it comes up with this little status light, and it basically is showing an amber for repeater because it doesn't know what Wi-Fi to repeat. So I hop on my laptop real quick, my work laptop, no less, the one that requires its own different VPN. So I had to like turn that VPN off. No, no big deal. This is like table stakes. If you've ever traveled or you have any sort of VPN on your corporate laptop, I'm sure this is not like
Yeah.
unfamiliar to you.
Hmm.
Turned off that, connected to my access point of my travel router, and went to the web UI. Logged into it, and then it's like, hey, here's all the Wi-Fi's I found. So I'm like, okay, repeat the one for the hotel I'm in. And when it did that, and I haven't figured this part out yet, is when it joins or when it starts to repeat the Wi-Fi,
Hmm.
it sort of drops the Wi-Fi hotspot for a second. So like you get kicked off of the travel router. And like the
Okay.
web UI is like couldn't refresh, couldn't refresh, couldn't refresh. I don't know if it will eventually rejoin when it comes back
Hmm.
online or something, but like I rejoin my Wi-Fi hotspot, and then boom, I'm on their Wi-Fi, and then all of a sudden the captive portal pops up on my laptop. So I do the captive portal. I enter like the information for like my room number and my name and all that other shit, and I'm connected. And I never had to do it again the entire time. It didn't matter if I was on my
Nice.
laptop. It didn't matter if I was on my phone. Everything worked the way that you would expect it to work, and that was like the device I was connected to. So I had that set up, and I left it in my room, went over, did my meetings at our office and did all the things I needed to do. And we wrapped up, kind of late in the evening. So like I got back to the hotel, I had something quick to eat. So the next day, I get up and I had to go on site with a customer.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, I don't necessarily want to leave this in my room. So like I put it back in its case and I threw it in my bag. So we get to the customer site. Now, um, one of the many fun things that I get to do is play Wi-Fi roulette every time I go to a site.
Yeah, which one is the one for you?
Which one is
Yeah.
the one for me? Does someone have to approve my access? Like
Mhm.
all that type of shit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I go to this site a lot, so I know how to do it. But there were a couple people there that were, one of them was their first time there, and they were having a hell of a time getting online. And, we don't have all morning to like fix corporate Wi-Fi, right? Like
Right,
we
right.
got shit to do. So I'm like, hey, I got an idea. So I bust out my travel router, but it's like, what's that? And I'm like, watch this. So I plug in the travel router and I have it repeat that guest Wi-Fi. I log
Mhm.
in with myself, and then we're all
Mhm.
online. Now
Huh.
I'm pretty sure I broke a whole bunch of rules,
Right.
but the ends justified the means because we were able to all
Yeah,
get online.
yeah.
Now, eventually, someone came down and we got the things, and I put it all away. So,
Mhm.
hear no evil, see no evil, kind of thing. But like, that's a really good use of that, because a lot of times, and I have actually been in places where they even block tethering.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like we're in rooms that don't allow cellular signals, or if we're that, I've been in some underground conference rooms where you can't get a cell signal, because sometimes you get desperate. Like sometimes you're like, oh my God, I have to have internet access to
Mhm.
do the thing that I need to do. So like for me, this was perfect. And even then, I know there's a way, like this is the thing I haven't figured out with the travel router yet. I know there's a way to tether it to my phone, but
Oh, okay.
I haven't figured out how yet, because
Okay.
my phone's Wi-Fi doesn't show up, or my phone's network doesn't show up in the list of available networks when I'm scanning.
Hmm.
I always thought that that's kind of how it worked. Is it basically made it a Wi-Fi hotspot? But I guess maybe not. Maybe it's like some weird Apple protocol or something. I don't know.
Well, I think by default you don't have. So I think other Apple devices will see other Apple devices and be able to use the internet connection. But I think there is a dedicated button in like the cellular section of your phone that turns on the quote unquote hotspot, which does turn your phone into a Wi-Fi thing. And you
Okay,
have to go and turn that on. Yeah.
so like if I go into, I'm in it right now. I go into
Mhm.
cellular,
Mhm.
personal hotspot is on, allow others to join, and then there's a Wi-Fi password.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
now
Then that.
and it says to connect using Wi-Fi. Like it has all the
Mhm.
instructions. Now there's a little toggle switch that
Mhm.
says maximize compatibility,
Maybe that's it.
but I tried it and
Okay.
it still didn't show up on that list.
Drew,
What?
do you want to know what my Wi-Fi password is for my personal hotspot?
Sure, buddy.
It's poop poop.
Poop a poop. Okay.
Poop poop. I'm not sure
Poop
why
a
I
poop.
did that.
So
There it is. Poop
everybody
poop.
listening, if you're ever around Paul, airdrop him some stuff, I guess. I don't know.
Poop poop.
Poop a poop.
I'm such a
Is it
juvenile.
poop a
Oh
poop?
no, it's poop poop. Two poops together. Poop poop. Oh,
All right.
sorry.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. Oh.
Knowing you, that was probably set the heat of the moment where you needed a hotspot right then.
Oh,
You do love the word poop.
I do. It's
Yeah.
funny. Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. And I'm also here to tell you to okay. How do I want to frame this? I'm here to offer a consumer alert.
oh no, that
Yeah.
can't be good.
No. I'm calling this the Monos situation.
The mono situation. That's your luggage, right?
The luggage.
The luggage.
If I had it.
Uh oh.
Okay.
You don't. So you don't have it to
I don't
talk
have a
about.
suitcase for a trip I'm going on.
Oh
Like,
fuck.
okay.
That's not good.
So here's what happened, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
We recorded a podcast, by my calculations, at least 2 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah. That's what we talked. Yeah, we talked
And to
about all that
recap,
stuff in 282. Yeah.
yeah. So to recap, I bought the aluminum check-on medium. Now,
Mhm.
Paul, I want you to click that link, and I want you to go to this webpage.
Okay.
This is the store page for this
Mm-hmm.
suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is not unfamiliar to you because we
Mm-hmm.
looked at this
We've been
before.
here. We've been here. Yes.
Okay. So there's an add to cart button. What does it say under add to cart button?
Okay, shipping from Canada, tariffs covered by US may take a few extra days.
Okay. So change the
Okay.
color to black.
Okay. For in stock, free shipping on orders $100 plus.
And then champagne.
In stock, moving fast, free shipping on orders $100.
Okay. Now
That's
look at
okay.
I want you to look at all of those words. And like a magician performing a magic trick, I want you to commit those words to memory. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
I want you to commit
I'm
all of
trying.
those words to memory.
Okay.
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 So I ordered this thing.
Uh-huh.
And then a week went by.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, okay, they took my money.
Mm-hmm.
My order was confirmed. I got all those emails. And hey, by the way, I'm really getting sick of PayPal because I used PayPal to pay for this.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way I was able to track my order was through PayPal. Now, wag of the finger, by the way. Just send me tracking numbers like a normal person. Like, don't
Yeah.
make me go through PayPal to get a tracking number that doesn't work when I click on it and I just have to copy paste it into a web browser on my phone anyway. Stop that. Like PayPal, don't do that. Wag of the finger to PayPal. So a week went by and no movement, no nothing. And I'm like, okay, you know what? It said it would take a couple extra days. I'm not going to panic. I still have essentially 2 weeks to get this suitcase.
Right.
So then when I was just getting ready to email somebody like, hey, what the fuck? I get a shipping notification. Now, when I get the shipping notification, it's like included in this order. Now, when I ordered the suitcase, I got the suitcase. I got my free gift, which was a water bottle. Yep. I bought a luggage tag and I bought some packing cubes because I'm in the packing cube lifestyle. Ordered all that. Okay. So I get the first shipping notification. I'm like, okay, cool. They're figuring it out. I'm gonna get this shit. So then I get the tracking number, and it's one of those things where like, hey, the tracking number's here, but the package isn't in the system yet. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll check later in the day.
They've created a shipping label, but they haven't. Yeah.
Correct. So I finally open the tracking number, and I'm like, okay, it's coming in 2 days, and I'm like, but I don't know what's in this order. I just know that there's a package coming.
Yeah. Is it shipment 1 of 4, Yeah.
So it said shipment 1 of 2.
Okay.
So I click on the tracking number and it takes me over to the UPS website. The tracking number didn't copy paste automatically, so I had to copy paste it from PayPal. I pull up the thing on the thing. I'm like, I go and I have worked with UPS in a former life. So I know how to like get some more shipping details and sort of work behind the scenes and everything. Yeah. And I click on the shipment details.
Yeah.
Package weight.
The weight. I would have looked for the weight. Yeah.
Package weight, 1 pound. That's not an aluminum suitcase.
No. That feels like everything else.
No, actually. No, it was one thing.
Well, was it just the
it was the luggage tag. So the luggage tag showed up roughly 4 to 5 days after my order. Okay. So then another 2 days goes by and I get another shipping notification. And this time it says it's 1.6 pounds.
Still not a suitcase.
2 days later, it's my free water bottle. While I'm in Chicago, so now, that was last week. So now it's this week and it's Monday. I've got about 5 days from when I actually need to make sure that I get this fucking suitcase.
Yes.
So I get a shipping notification Monday as I'm en route to Chicago. As I'm driving, I see my phone light up and it's like, hey, you got a shipping notification on PayPal. And I'm like, I swear to God, it's better be my suitcase. So I stopped for gas. And as I was getting ready to pull out, or I pull up the phone, I pull up PayPal and I look at it and total weight shipped less than a pound. It's got to be the packing cubes, right?
Yeah.
So I get to Chicago, I do my meetings on that Monday, and then I go through the arduous process of trying to get some sort of human on the phone to talk about this. Because now here's the situation. This hasn't shipped. And it's, I didn't pick expedite shipping when I bought it. So I have a couple options here. I'm like, look, if you could ship this thing by Wednesday, I will pay you for next day or 2 day, or as long as I get it by Friday. Hey guys, you keep my money. I'll give you more money. Just
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
send me a suitcase. So first of all, there's like a couple different email addresses that you can email. I tried emailing those, never got a response. I tried the little chatty bot on their website, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it took forever to sort of break out of whatever chat bot they're using to get to a human. There's no phone number to call to do any of this stuff. It's all managed electronically.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally get a human in the loop. It took like forever to break out of like their chat bot or whatever. So I finally break out of that. And now I'm talking to what I perceive to be a human. I give them all my order info again. I'm like, look, tell me how to get this suitcase before Friday. And they're
Mm-hmm.
like, well, this suitcase is pre-order. Okay, so
It does not say that on the
not
website.
say that on the website.
No,
Okay?
no, none of those words I said were pre.
Right.
None of them, not one. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
There was no word of pre-order anywhere in
Uh-uh.
there. And in fact, I have a distinct recollection that when I was looking at the check in Medium,
Mm-hmm.
I seem to remember it was in stock, shipping from
Mm-hmm.
Canada, may
Mm-hmm.
take a few extra days. And a few extra
Yeah.
days to me is three.
Three.
That
Yeah,
three
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 business
three would have
days.
been
So it could,
three would have been great.
if it was over a week and maybe 5 real days, but like, 3 business days. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I would think. Yeah.
Yep. So I eventually convinced them to cancel the suitcase order. It took a little
Okay.
doing, and it was like,
Mm-hmm.
I had to sit there and wait for them to do it, but they were eventually
Mm-hmm.
able to cancel that. So now here I am in a situation
Okay.
where I am trying to find a suitcase
Okay.
quickly. Now, funny enough,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this, but Amazon carries away luggage now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So they actually sell the away medium check luggage hard shell thing, which is
Okay.
what we already have one of these, and it's
Right,
it's
right.
it's fine. It's
Mm-hmm.
totally fine, and I can get it by Saturday.
Yeah.
So, and it's half of what I was going to spend anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably just going to end up doing that. My friend also says that he has a suitcase that I can use, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But like, come on, guys. Like, really?
Bezos plays for the win. There you go.
Yeah. And there's other, like, again, like you said, it's one of those things where I shouldn't be allowed to buy the luggage because I can overspend. There are
Mm-hmm.
there are perfectly fine brands that I can get.
Yeah.
That like Travel Pro seems to be what Reddit likes. Reddit is like super super horny for Travel Pro. And they like Briggs. They really like Travel Pro. They really like if you're going to do the upgrade pick as like a Briggs and Riley. So
Okay.
that's probably what I'm going to have to do before we head out. So I take back everything I said about Monos. Don't buy it. It's like if you fuck up or they fuck up or you need it quickly, stay away. I guess if you can wait 2 months to get your suitcase, then fair game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was not a super great experience for me.
And I know a lot of companies don't think about this level of stuff, but like, wouldn't you think that customer buys luggage tag, luggage, like luggage cubes for inside of there? Wouldn't you think it's that they're going to use that luggage tag and luggage squares inside that piece of luggage, and sending it to them early is just like reminding them that you don't have your luggage yet? Like, that
Yeah.
seems like a bad experience.
Yeah. Not a super great experience. So
Yeah.
I was not super happy about that. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if this is necessarily a silver lining. That water bottle I got as a free gift for all this ordeal?
They let you keep it?
I don't know if they're going to let me keep it, but
Oh,
I'm
you keep it.
keeping it.
Okay. You keep it. Okay. Is it nice?
Hey, Paul.
Huh?
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
It's got a USB port on it.
Is it a battery pack too?
No.
No.
Hold on.
Is it a smart mug?
So I hesitate to call it a smart bug.
Okay.
So, so here's the deal. First of all, it's actually a pretty nice water bottle. It's got like kind of like a textured outside. It's got a little lanyard so you can clip it onto something like on your bag or something. And it doesn't have like a sippy straw or anything. It's literally you unscrew it, you drink it, you screw the cap back on. But the cap has a USB port.
Okay.
And on the top of the cap is a little button.
A little button. You like,
And
I'm drinking water now. Click.
No.
No.
When I take the lid off of the bottle and I flip it over,
okay,
there's a little LED on the bottom.
Okay.
It's a UV LED.
Okay.
Supposedly, it's supposed to purify your water. Supposedly.
Okay. Does that work?
I mean, I don't know how light works.
I'm asking right now. Can UV light? Okay, here we go. This is what the AI overview from Google has says. Yes, UV light can effectively purify water by disinfecting it, killing harmful microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, and some protozoa. UV disinfection uses specific wavelengths of light to disrupt the DNA of those microbes when rendering them harmless. So you're still drinking all the dead virus and bacteria, but they're no longer alive.
You still get that marinade, right?
Yes.
But like,
okay.
When I say there's a single little LED on the bottom, you know how you can buy LED strips, and there's like all those little tiny diodes along the strip.
It's one of those.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
But it lights up at the UV spectrum.
Okay.
Would you trust that? I mean, I know Chatty G says to trust it, but would you trust it?
Me? No, probably not. No. But apparently, okay. So apparently it is commonly used in swimming pools and in wastewater treatment plants as part of the process.
I'm not shitting in my water bottle.
Are you sure? I mean, don't never say never.
First of all, the target here, it would have to be like ass to bottle. Like, there's no way you could do this by squatting over it. It's so narrow.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and I mean, I guess I could piss in it. I'm not gonna, but I guess I could.
Yeah.
So that's I mean, like I said, I don't know if that's a consolation prize ? But yeah, I mean, I guess I can. Yeah, so like I can't put that part in. Like, none of this is dishwasher safe. Like, you have to basically gently rub the top with soap, and then you have to like hand wash the bottle. But it's a nice bottle.
Okay.
It's a real nice bottle, actually. So I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that as a reminder not to do business with Monos anymore. Got it. Oh, how's your Switch 2? You doing anything with that?
Yeah, I've been playing it a little bit, mostly in handheld mode. Yeah, it's good. I like it. I still wish it was a little bit more ergonomic, but it's nice. It's light. I mean, the battery life is what everyone says. It's about a couple of hours, but I've been playing Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. Quite possibly the worst video game title in the history of video game titles.
Sorry, what?
You never heard of this game?
No.
Okay. It's called Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. Okay. The graphics are it's very Japanese. Very Japanese.
I'm gonna need a link.
Okay, all right, hold on. Let me see if I can. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. You want a Steam link? I'll give you a Steam link.
Oh, it's on Steam.
It's on everywhere. Yeah, it's cross-platform. You can play it anywhere. I just happen to play it on. I happen to have purchased it for my Switch 2. So what we're gonna do? Okay, first of all, Japanese. So just keep that in mind as well.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're gonna take. Hey, you like those the shrines from the latest The Legend of Zelda? Let's throw those in here. do you like crafting and mining resources? Hey, let's put that in here. How about fishing? You like fishing? Let's throw that in there too. Would you like to manage a little village with villagers, kind of animal style, like, or Animal Crossing, like? Let's throw that in there too. A little bit of action RPG, yeah, let's throw that in there too. Uh, it's just there's just so much shit in this game, and none of it is like the best example of any of these things, but
Okay.
they are all at least a good, fun version of those games. And I'm here to say it's a pretty good game. I mean, right now on Steam, what is it?
Very positive.
Yes, yeah, 8,000 reviews, very positive. Yeah, yeah,
When did this come out? Oh, it just came out
uh,
last month.
yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So like the gimmick is, well, there's lots of
It looks like
gimmicks.
there's a lot of gimmicks, actually.
Yeah, a lot of gimmicks. But like the big one is this life system. So basically, like, uh you learn all of these different lives, which are basically like little classes. So like, hey, when you're chopping down trees, you become the lumberjack life, and you have a set of equipment and levels and experience and a skill tree just for that, just for chopping down trees. And you have one for farming, and you have one for uh like for crafting, so you can take all these resources, mine, fish, whatever. There's one for cooking, there's one for carpentry, there's one for blacksmithing, and then there's combat lives, so you can kill things. And yeah, it's, I mean, again, none of these systems is best in class, but there's just so many of them, and they're good, that it's fun to play. And it's the graphics are just delightfully cheery, and the story is just bananas. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it looks like there's a cooking game.
yeah, there's little there's like, for all of the crafting things, there's this little mini game you do, and the mini game is the same. It's just it's skinned differently depending on whether you're cooking or whatever. At least the ones I've got unlocked so far. Yeah, it's just, there's just so much in it, and it's one of those things where it's like, I've got like 40 things I could do right now, and I have no idea which is what I should be doing. But I do feel like going and catching some fish right now, so I'm gonna go just catch fish, and then maybe I'll cook something and sell them, and then maybe that unlocked, oh, my village is now level 4, and then I unlocked a new recipe, so let's go check that out and build something. And oh, I have a new buddy. And then there's these things called strangelings. Yes, strangelings. Uh and your menu is called a weird pad. Yes, I said that right. It's a weird pad. Did I mention this game is Japanese?
I'm looking at the digital. I'm looking at the
Mhm,
digital deluxe edition,
mhm.
and you get a mini nap dragon, and
Yeah, yes, a
you
snapdragon.
get nap dragon weapons.
Yeah.
This is that because the dragon is sleepy?
Yes. There are. I have seen a nap dragon before, and it is napping.
Okay,
So yeah,
checks
yeah,
out.
yeah. And like, it literally, it's it probably takes about like 3 or 4 hours to get through like the introduction and get all of the unlock all of the lives and get the game going. And even then, it starts just absolutely bonkers. And right now there's a giant radish in my way.
Huh. Okay.
uh yeah, no, that's right. I found the farmer, so I got past the giant radish. Or something else in my way now.
Hmm.
uh yeah. And of course, to get rid of the giant radish, you have to learn how to become a farmer. So
As one
you,
does.
yeah, as you can, so then you could use your magic farmer moves to uproot the giant radish. Yeah. Did I mention this game is Japanese? Yeah, but it's good. It's good. It's fun. It's fun.
Hmm.
Yeah. Paul Baylor recommended.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you love that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still on my Escape from Tarkov bullshit, but oh
Yeah.
boy.
So
Oof.
I know we're running a little long, but are you going to play that new what, FBC Firewatch, the new game in the Control universe?
I am waiting a bit. So
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
on Game Pass.
Yeah. Okay.
So I could play it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm told that it's a little buggy right
Firebreak.
now.
Yeah. Firebreak. That's
Yeah,
FBC
FBC
Firebreak.
Firebreak.
Yeah.
I love the idea of it. I will
Mm-hmm.
play it. I'm just waiting for like a patch.
Okay.
Because I heard it's a little rough right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's weird because like the systems are opaque, which is fine. Like experimenting is part of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you know me, I love Control. I love that universe. I love the
Great.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I will probably play it.
Yeah. I'm just looking at like the screenshots now. It's like, oh look, there's a monster composed of nothing but post-it notes. That feels very Control to me. Yeah.
Yeah, very very hiss like.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be fun with I think it would be fun to play it with friends. So if I have a couple friends that want to play it, I will probably play it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's on my list.
Okay.
That's on my list. I mean, yeah. Yep. All right, buddy. I mean, I feel like that's a show. We talked about stuff.
We did a show.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Doingthebest.com. You can find all the show links, all that stuff there. And hey, thanks for listening.